Good morning, squad. Happy hump day. Welcome back to MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, the #1 spot for everything sports in the morning, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. or between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. But to start off episode 3, I just want to say it's good to see Brian Robinson, the running back from the Washington Commanders, back at Washington training camp, recovering in crutches. Just a good sight to see him alive, healthy, and in good spirits. You get what I'm saying? Especially what's surrounding that Washington Commanders franchise. Sean Taylor, who was the safety of the then Washington Redskins, having a home invasion, being shot and killed in his home, trying to defend his home. It's good to see Brian Robinson back on the field. You feel what I'm saying? But to move on into some even bigger news that was released yesterday, and that's John Wall opening up to his mental state during these past few seasons that we haven't seen John Wall. This is coming into the 2022-2023 NBA season. The last time John Wall played the majority of an NBA season was the 2016-2017 NBA season, where he played about 77, 78 games. That is crazy. That is a long time to be out of something that you love, to be out of the limelight, which he loves, and to be out of the public eye, which he loves. And at that same time, you losing your backbone and your support. You get what I'm saying? So it was, to me, amazing and just astonishing to see John Wall open up in that way. I never seen John Wall as that type of person. Looking back on John Wall as he in the pregame routines and all that, or celebrating his dunks or layups or good plays in general, he always had the dance moves down packed. It always seemed like he was more in tune with the more current pop culture events more than he was concerned with winning. You get what I'm saying? So to see him open up and say that he contemplated suicide while he was dealing with his injuries, when he lost his mom, then following the next year he lost his grandmom, or he lost his grandmom, then the following year he lost his mom. I forget which one came first, but that is a lot to deal with. Then, like I said, he was out of the NBA for a season. You watching as people putting Westbrook on a pedestal, they putting Steph on a pedestal, they putting Dame up there, they looking at CP3, they looking at all these dudes, the Warriors getting so much praise, LeBron James is the GOAT. You get what I'm saying? It's all this surrounded these athletes that are in your profession at the same time where you can't even get back on the floor. Then you don't even have the support to lean on to talk to moms like, yeah, like this, like I mom, I might retire. Like you feel what I'm saying? He don't even have that support. So it was dope, in my opinion, to hear him open up in that way, man. And I hope he bounces back and has a very, very good season for the Clippers. Not too good to knock off my Golden State Warriors, but good enough to make it interesting. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, it's been 6 years, 6 seasons since we seen John Wall for the majority of the season. He didn't play last year. He sat out. 2020, he played 40 games with Houston Rockets. They were garbage, and you got to think about the 2020 season and the bubble and all that was going on. So he's forgotten about then. He didn't play the year before that, I don't believe. Yeah, the year before that, that's when he had his Achilles. And then the 2 years before that, he only played, I think, 33 games. And then he played half a season before that, before 2016, 2017. So, man, I hope he comes back strong. I feel as though the success of the Clippers is very much predicated on the health of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, though. So as long as Kawhi Leonard and Paul George can stay healthy, then they will be a threat. They will be a force to be reckoned with in that West. And I feel like John Wall will remind NBA fans of what he could do. Hopefully he comes back with a better game and all that. But it was dope, and I feel like it was good for the community for a person like John Wall to open up and expose himself in that manner. You get what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, and whoever was there in his corner to get him out of those dark days, kudos to you. Hats off to you, because we need all of our heroes, and John Wall is a hero. You get what I'm saying? So let's move into the NFL. The NFL news, you feel what I'm saying? Had to speak on some serious stuff at first, of course, as usual. You know what I'm saying? But let's get into the NFL, man. And the NFL has finally dwindled down and cut down the rosters. We down to game day 53-man rosters, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Cuts is in, re-signs is in. Jimmy Garoppolo back as the backup. I love the response from John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan about Jimmy Garoppolo being willing to restructure his contract, reaching out to them and seeing that the best situation for him was to come back as the backup for the San Francisco 49ers. I love that they expressed that and clarified that and made sure that nobody thought that this was something like, oh, we bringing him back for the whole 25 mil. We just not sure about trade. No, it's a good situation. You won 6.5. Cool. Oh, and if Trey get hurt, you got to come in and you play well. Oh, we'll throw in some extra incentives. You get what I'm saying? So I like that. But for me, with the 53-man roster intact, what team is the team to look out for this year? This is a big year, and I feel like a lot of teams are getting a lot of praise because they gained a lot of big stars. You got the Miami Dolphins, you got the Las Vegas Raiders, you got just teams all over. You got the Buffalo Bills. They just picking up stars left and right. But for me, I'm gonna tell you this team that to me scares me, and I know my fans and the people that know me gonna be like, oh my goodness, this dude, man, it's either this team or that team with him. But I'm gonna break it down into a logical reason of why I say that the Baltimore Ravens are a team to be reckoned with this year, and y'all better not sleep on them. I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why. The number one reason, the health. The health this year. Let's just look at the running backs room in general. Who's coming back this season? Who didn't play a down last year? Who didn't play a down last year? These dudes got hurt in training camp. J.K. Dobbins, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. All coming back. All playing. All different style running backs in a run-first system. Come on, man. Not to mention, when it was, week 13? The Ravens were still the number one seed in the AFC until Lamar Jackson got hurt. So you revamping, I think they got rid of Alejandro Villanueva, who was getting beat like a runaway slave on that left side, man. He was just too slow. He wasn't quick enough to keep up with those defensive ends out there. And you got your running backs coming back. Now, don't get me wrong, you losing Hollywood, it's going to affect you. But Rashad Bateman, this is your time, player. This is your time. You dig what I'm saying? And then, like I said, this is a run-first team anyway. You got the tight end out there. I'm thinking Todd Heap. This is how far back I'll be going. Mark Andrews. I think it's Mark Andrews out there. I think top 3 tight end in the game right now. So, overall. So, the Baltimore Ravens, to me, are a team to be reckoned with. The second reason I'm going to say that is because look at the division. Look at the division. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to say that seeing as Deshaun Watson is out for 11 games at least, Jacoby Brissett, no, they're going to be competitive. They're going to be in games. They're going to fight. They're going to be there. They're not a threat to win that division. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're in rebuild mode. They're in a quarterback battle between Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett is probably going to win. So they're going to be in games. We know what Mike Tomlin does. He's going to coach them up. They're going to be there. I don't think they're a threat to win that division. Now let's look at the Bengals. Everybody's prom queen. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody's prom king this year. They gonna bounce back. They revamped the offensive line. I see them regressing this year. I see the rest of the league catching up to the NFL. The rest of the league catching up to the Bengals, just like they did with every other offense. They came out. They stunned the NFL last year. The offense was explosive. Now you had some iffy calls in the playoffs. You had some iffy decisions in the playoffs that got them to the Super Bowl, but I feel like the NFL's defenses are going to catch up with that Bengals offense regardless with a revamped offensive line, which we got to see perform first before we say it's revamped. You feel what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, and they went 2-0 against Baltimore last year. You think Baltimore not going to have a little extra sauce to get on Bengals? Yeah, okay, we'll see. And lastly, it's the contract year for a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, Lamar Jackson. He has not gotten a new contract yet. He said once this season, the regular season kicks off, he's not negotiating anymore. He's focused on winning. And guess what? He's going to make them pay out the wazoo. And guess how he's going to do that? By winning. And winning big. Winning a lot. Trust me, this Baltimore Ravens team, woo! they going to be scary this year. Health aside, they are going to be very, very scary this year to remind the NFL of where they were the past few years. Super Bowl contenders the past few years. You feel what I'm saying? So that health is going to play a huge factor in that AFC North and how I feel like the Baltimore Ravens are going to make their stamp in the NFL again. Moving on, man. I shine some light on the GOAT, Serena Williams, yesterday morning. Let's shine some light on the three kings, the three GOATs of tennis of this era that we were blessed to witness. Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. And my guy during this era of these three kings was always Rafa because he played with so much power and passion. Like the dude serve game was ridiculous. You feel what I'm saying? This man on clay, untouchable. You feel what I'm saying? Now Novak, he's special, and Roger Federer is just like the debate is crazy. But my guy was Rafa. I want to give Rafa Nadal some flowers for coming out, winning his first set in the U.S. Open since 2019 last night, and gearing towards getting another major title before he wraps up his illustrious career, because it's looking like Roger Federer is not going to be able to come back. He's been dealing with injuries every time he steps back on the court. I don't remember the last the last tennis match I seen Roger Federer win. So it's looking like it's coming to the end of the three kings. Novak is still at the top because he was the youngest coming into it, so he's probably going to continue going on for a few extra years after those dudes. But yeah, it's coming to an end, and it's been a fun ride, man. Hopefully Rafa Nadal can give us a few more wins before he gets up out of here and ends it off. But to end out Hump Day, episode 3, MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, man. Y'all know I got my boxing take, man. Y'all know I gotta throw them hands. Whoop, whoop, bang, whoop, bang. I gotta throw them hands in there. So I'm asking, since both these fighters are huge names, huge superstars, both just lost their last 2 fights, if I'm not mistaken. I know Anthony Joshua lost his last fight, and if I'm not mistaken, Deontay Wilder's last fight was against Tyson Fury 3, and he got knocked out as well. He got knocked out. Anthony Joshua didn't get knocked out by Usyk. But can we make this fight happen finally? You feel what I'm saying? We finally see Usyk and Fury probably in another class. But can we see the tier 2 dudes go at it? Can we see Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder go at it? I don't care if it's in Vegas, if it's in the UK, if it's in Mombasa on Mars. You feel what I'm saying? Like, listen, make that fight happen. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm asking for as a boxing fan. Can you give us Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder? I feel as though it would be a very good clash of two contrasting styles. Deontay Wilder would definitely have to get his boxing game up, but I think Anthony Joshua would definitely have to get his head movement up, because if he get caught with one of those bombs, we all know Anthony Joshua's chin is a little shaky. You feel what I'm saying? So I would definitely love to see that match, but y'all know what it is, man. MadMizzy Sports Morning Show, Hump Day. Happy Wednesday. Have a productive day today. Like, comment, share, subscribe, listen. MadMizzy Sports Entertainment Gang.